and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com live recap webinar. I want to say thank you so much to all of you for joining us today. It was so much fun in the room. Can I tell you? A lot of exciting earnings season is the shit. Oh my God, it's so fucking awesome. Opportunities all the time, opportunities everywhere. And you know what I love is because I've been doing this so long, so every quarter, I have my fun trades. I have IRBT, I have cat and things that stand out for me. I love playing these big gap ups and um but today, I gave a mix. I want to provide one of the things I love to do with the great traders in the chat room is just give them a mix of trades, not just give them all earnings or all analysts. I don't do that. I want a mix. I want a small cap stock. I want a collaboration. I want an offering. I want earnings. I want an analyst call. Um, I want a bio or FDA play. And reason why I do that is because I want to keep the trader's brain just keep moving. You know, I want a trader in Awesome Calls Trading just to keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. Even when they're exhausted on learning, I want to keep learning. I want to keep pushing more. Like, look at this trade. Look at this idea. Look at how this worked. Do you see why this worked? Because I'm excited because the more I feed your brain into these ideas and thoughts and trades, the more it's gonna consume you. And I was just discussing in it. We had a nice one-on-one team. It's called like a team locker room meeting we just had before I did the webinar. And one of the things I asked the traders to do starting tomorrow is to give me 100%. I need 100%. When you're in here, and I know a lot of you are part-timers, a lot of you work, a lot of you have things going on on you have family, you have things around you, have beautiful children that occupy you. But what I ask is when you're in here, even if it's for an hour, even if it's for 30 minutes, even if it's for 10 minutes, whatever you give me, all I ask is when you give me 100%. And that's the message I gave to the room today. You give me 100%, and I swear everything will change about how you trade. Everything. Because if I know that I can capture that part of you, I know I've got you. I know I can make you rich. I know I can make you money. I know I can make you consistent. And that's the key word, consistent. To be green every single day. Doesn't matter if you're green 50 or 5,000, you're green. And if you are red, you look at that red and you overcome it the next day with a nice solid green because you understood what you did wrong. You understood you chased things. You got in at the wrong time. You didn't ask the right questions. This room, this chat room, this specific chat room called Awesome Calls Trading is a room that is designed to help you build your confidence, overcome your fear, to learn, but more importantly than anything in the world, for you to be consistent. So every single day, whatever bad habits you have prior to coming here, or bad habits that you developed before coming here, eventually I'm going to break them. And inside you is that trader I'm going after. That great guy, that great girl in there that I want to pull your heart out and just take it. Say, I got you, baby. Let's go. I got you now. You're mine. And every day you're going to be green because now the light is hit. You see it. You got this vision. You're like, fuck, I can't wait to get out. There you go. That's the trader I want. That's what I want. And it's all inside you. But I got to get it. I got to earn it. I got to show you. So today, I showed a lot of traders some beautiful trades I'm going to share with them. All right. ITCI. Yesterday, I gave this on Twitter at $8.40. I said this stock I was looking for a 10 spot. I wanted to pop or gap up in the morning and just nail it. I took 1,000 shares at $8.40. I announced on Twitter, long at 8.40. The stock had hit 9. I could have sold it after hours and made $600. I chose for a gap up the next morning, and it paid off. I was really happy. I actually gave you a screenshot how much I was up. Um, I loved it. It was a great trade, and I just wanted you to see it. It was ITCI, and it was an overnight play, and ITCI was right here, 840 long, and the stock went all the way to 950 almost. It was a beautiful trade. AJ, thank you so much. I came to the U.S. 2 months ago. It's not easy to understand you, but thank you. I'm okay. Thank you. Well, then I'll try to slow it down for you. Okay, Dizong? But yeah, this was a wonderful overnight trade. Great play. A lot of fun. See you tomorrow, Dizong. And then today, it just really sold off aggressively. A lot of sellers came in and dumped their stocks all at one time. And but if you could have traded in pre-market, then you pretty much got most of your money. And I was hoping for a little bit more of a pop at the open, but didn't even come a pop. It just sold off. And now it's just a buying opportunity at 750, and most likely end up around 850. So really nice trade on ITCI on the overnight. The next stock that we did was IRBT. Now, IRBT, one thing you have to know when it comes to earnings, when IRBT gets hit, I mean, I'm talking hit, 15, 20 points. When they get hit on their earnings on a big miss, okay, one thing you have to know about IRBT is it gets bought up and shorts tend to squeeze and cover. I've been playing RBT for many, 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 many years, and I really understand this stock. Like I enjoy playing it, but today I really was able to show the talent, my talent to the traders about how to nail this stock. Now, IRBT wasn't going to go to 80, 85, 87, so that's gone. Okay, IRBT is going to trade in a tighter range, all right, but it's not going to go any lower than about $68 a share, or 67 is the most it's going to go. In my opinion, I've traded this, I've read the report, and there's just no way it's going to collapse. Not like people think. And so my call today on IRBT was very, very, very clear in the room. First, first I wanted you to do what on IRBT, and I made it our second pick. I wanted you to long the stock at 72 and 70. All right. So pre-market, if it was 72, I just wanted you to start getting in the long. I wanted you to, if it pulled to at the open, I wanted you to add to it so your average would have been 71. The stock was going to short cover. I want you to look how I wrote this for all the great traders in the chat room. The stock was going to short. See how it says short cover? 5 points. That's me telling you that the stock is going to pop a minimum of 5 points that I'm looking for. Okay. So if it's at 70, I'm looking for 75. If it's 72, I'm looking for 77. I also gave you a range that the stock should hit 74 to 77. After that, it'll be a short and it's going to come down. And then I'm going to find another spot to go long because the stock will end up being bought up on weakness. It's just the way IRBT works. So if you want to look, so let's just say you took the opening call and did short cover squeeze. We have a lot of short sellers on retail wanting to get out. I can figure that we're going to squeeze right at the open, and voila. Here's your 72 entry and under. Here's 71, 71 right here, 50, 71, 60, and the stock hits 75 right out of the gate. All right. As soon as it hit 75, it pulled. We bottom curled it. I called a long. The Great Fire took long around 70, added it into his position. I went long at 69.96. I waited just a tad longer than Fire, and now the stock is currently at $75.50. It was a wonderful trade. For us in the room, I actually just played the pop to about right here, 72. I wanted 71. I got it. And I actually sold above 71 on the spike live in the chat room. It was a wonderful trade. I enjoyed it. I had like 300 shares, and I was so happy. And it was nice execution. A lot of traders did very, 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 very well on this trade. The next trade that we did that I really enjoyed today was SGEN. A lot of you do not play offerings. Offerings is a base. I have a lot of you new traders in here. I have a webinar if, for only traders in Awesome Calls Trading. It's called Offering. It's dated, I think, traders, correct me if I'm wrong, April 15th or April 14th, 2015. Go to the archives and find it. It's a whole thing on offerings. It's 1 hour speech on offerings. Offerings is it's like how I built my career in a sense. I used to, with my IPOs, my FDA stuff. Offerings is another forte that ACT does. We find discounted stocks, okay? And so what this was a SGN. I got up this morning, and you could see the stock has traded around $76 a share. Well, this morning you could see it was gapping down to 71 to 72 dollars. All right. So on that gap down, I immediately wanted to know, why is the stock gapping down? Why do we have a sudden sell-off? If you go to the scans, which most of you should have, you just punch up SGEN. I'm going to really lay out how this trade was developed and how simple it is to day trade a stock. All right, so I get up and here we go. All right, SGEN is doing only 7 million shares on a stock that does about 2 million shares a day at $70. Great. I want to buy the stock at 69 and under because that's a discounted stock. Okay, I want to buy that stock. So I tell the chat room, in my pre-market notes, anything 69 right here, 67, 68, 69, 68, 69, buy the stock. I'm looking for the stock to go to 72 or more. And I even said, this is going to be fun. I laid it out beautiful. I told you why it was down, what it was going to do, where it was going to go. All I wanted you to do was come in here, click the trigger, take 100 shares, and you're done for the day. You want to see the stock? Such a beautiful play. Well done, well executed, and a typical awesome calls trading. Look at the stock now, $73 a share. Isn't that beautiful? From $69. And anybody could have got it this morning. Anybody. I even played it. Isn't that gorgeous? And I played it just in the morning hours, and I hit 72, almost 72 this morning. Just like I said I would, 71 to 72. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful to come in a chat room and see this guy finds you a trade like that out of nowhere? And you've never traded offerings. This is your first day in the chat room. You're like, oh my God, what is this room? Who does that? Where do you find this? Hey, that's what you hire me for. It was gapping down. Gapping down 4 points. I want to know why. Shit, it's an offering. They average 2 million shares a day. Oh, hell yeah. I'm long. I think my entry was 69.11 or 69.13 or something like that. Fucking nailed it. Wow. I love that trade. The next one we did was called CAT. A lot of you don't trade CAT on earnings, but we do. CAT was very special to me because it cultivates about 16 years of me day trading. There's no guessing on CAT. I know what it's going to do. Today, I was so proud of myself. I really was. I was just really excited how I was going to play this. I felt with the conference call coming, this is a key thing right here. An hour into the market, 30 minutes after, wait a minute, 1 hour and 30 minutes after the market opened, call was coming. Usually, typically, we do a sell off into the call and then along the call. But with CAT, it's a little bit different. You have to buy in a position on CAT. Now, CAT is a Wall Street favorite. That's one thing you need to write down in your notes, your playbook. It's like a playbook. I'm giving you a playbook, like a football team, like a basketball team. This is your playbook. CAT gets bought up on weakness. CAT is a well-known. Wall Street loves it. Analysts love it. So when it gets hurt and drops 10 points or more, CAT normally gets bought out. Write that in your playbook, everyone. All your stickies, write it down. CAT gets bought up, especially over about 8 to 10 points on the downside will get bought up and shorts will cover. I know this. I know this. So what I did is I simply told everyone in the chat room, this is how you play CAT today. Long the stock in pre-market at $1, 130. The stock will dip to 128. I was very clear and precise where it was going to go to. From there, the stock will go to 134. You see that? Now, there's no other chat room in the United States no other chat room in the world, and I'm saying this sincerely, that can do this kind of call. There's no room. There's nobody that can do this. No one. The only room that can make that call like that is right here. So what I decided to do was I kind of waited for the pull at the open. The pull came, and guess where it hit? That's right, $128 a share. So if you took the 130, you added the 128, you had a 129 average. Now, what did I say the stock would do? I said the stock would go to 134. There's your 134 a share. 134. See that? So if you never traded before in that, you did 100 shares, $12,900 buying power, and you bought CAT when I told you to, you made $400 on 100 shares. If you bought options, you would have probably made 100% return on your money, or 200% depending on what you bought. Just by looking at my notes and seeing that AJ said this will go to 134, I'm going to buy 134 calls at the open. Okay, beautiful trade. Next trade we did was a stock called Janus. Now, every morning I have to deliver, I have to because I got a lot of short sellers in here. I have to deliver a small cap winner, a short, something that they can, these big players could come in here, get their 2, 3, 4, 5,000 shares, get in there. They want to get in, they want to get out, they want to get their money, they want to make a few $1,000s. They count on me. Last week I must have delivered, I think, how many of them? Last week, 6 of them in the morning. Fran, CE, something X. There was a bunch of them I gave last week. Well, this week I'm already starting. This is the second day, and today was Janus. Now, Janus did a collaboration with Celgene, but after reading through it, I just didn't feel comfortable enough that this wasn't. This is more of. It felt to me reading, and I'll show you the highlight. You're gonna find this really interesting. So you go to the what do you call it? The highlight, the news, the alert. You see this? When you actually read this thing, which I do and you don't, um, it 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 kind of reminds me when I'm looking at it, and if you really read it, all right, it sounds to me like Celgene's really in control. I kind of felt that. I was reading it, I'm like, I don't think Chance really can say too much. Sounds like Celgene is in control. And Chance has a lot of debt on its books. So based off of that and this filing and this inflection of 50 million, I called the stock to be a short, and uh, that was my call. This is a short, nothing more. And not only that, am I going to short it? I'm going to tell you where it's going to go. So I made this our number 2 pick, 3 pick in the room. The stock will go. You can short at 550 with size, room to add to 6. The stock will come down to $4.35. That's it. That's your trade. I will deliver that trade to you. Okay. So you go here, go to the screen, Janus. Here's your short, 550. Pre-market, $5.40, right? And guess where it hit? $4.40. Cover right here. See that 30,000 shares? See that 14,000 shares? There it is. So if you took 1,000 shares, 5,000 buying power, you would have been able to make $1,000 on your money today. Or at least $500 on your money today, just on here alone. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to give you another one. How do you know these things? How do I know these things? Um, well, I've been trading for 16 years, and I have a feel for these stocks, and I know what they're going to do, and how they're going to react to the news. I guess that's kind of what I do. You know. All right, I'm going to give you another one. This one was Beyond. I want you to look how I traded Beyond today. It was interesting. It's not too often I really say too much about things, but I watched a glimpse of a person that owns a room who's 20 years old, and he his comment in that webinar for 6 hours was, "I trade beyond like I trade penny stocks." I'm sorry, the minute I heard that, you need to run. Okay, beyond is not a penny stock. You can't trade it like a penny stock. And then when you watched him try to trade it, he was completely wrong. He was lost. Beyond, we don't lose. I know this stock so well. And with earnings coming out today, let me tell you something. On a couple things. If they miss, you're going to see a 50-point drop after hours. If they do good, you're going to see a $25 squeeze, in my opinion. But if they miss, this is a Netflix. It's going to come down. It's going to come down hard. Beyond is going to get smashed. All right. Beyond words. All right. But I am not going to play it into earnings. I'm going to play the aftermath. I am all about the aftermath because if I'm nailing it now, I'm going to play the aftermath in the morning because I'm going to get the biggest short squeeze out of the gate, depending. I have to read the report first. So it'll probably be my number one pick tomorrow, but I'll have to read the report. Once I read the report, I'll have a decision, and it'll probably be the number one pick in the morning. It'll be so much fun. It's not reporting today? I thought somebody said it was reporting today. Oh, Dark Side said it's not reporting. Hold on. 5 days. Oh, I must have read it wrong. Okay. Well, I read that wrong. But either way, today I felt the stock would pop at the open to 205 was the call today. And then I felt the stock would pull to 197 to 198, and then ramp right back up. So I was given basically a 10-point play. All right. I was looking for uh, five, 5 or 6 to the downside, right? And then I wanted the 5 or 6 to the upside. So I was trying to deliver at least a 10-point play to the traders. And I love Beyond because Beyond gives you that range. But in order for you to be successful at it, you have to know where the stock's going to trade. So when I got up this morning, I looked at the gap up to see where it closed, and then it was gapping up. So I thought, okay, we got a gap up here, and then I just ranged it, and I said, okay, ding, 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 ding. I said the stock's going to pop at the open. So here's the opening bell. Are you ready? Stock's going to pop at the open, ding, 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 to 205, and then sell off to 197. And if you look at my notes, I was very specific on Beyond today. Beyond's going to go to 196 to 198. So what's the difference between 198 and 196? 197. So if you look at the stock, that's where the stock hit, 197 to the penny. See it? 197. And then I said it would go back to 205. 197, 205. Short the stock at the open, 197, 205. Can't lose on Beyond. Then I'm going to show you another one we did that I thought was quite interesting. I know a lot of you never traded this, but you know what Tupperware is? Have you heard of Tupperware? Tupperware is, we all have it in our house. Everyone has it. All right. And we all have it. I have it. The stores have it. Everyone carries it. All the discount stores. Tupperware is Tupperware. I mean, Tupperware is like having a straw. I mean, it's like having a cup. Tupperware is part of your world, right? I love Tupperware, right? You don't finish some food, don't want your cheese, throw it in Tupperware, all right? Everybody knows Tupperware. But Tupperware missed today. And they didn't just miss, they missed shitty. I mean, they really fucked up. Really fucked up. But I know this stock, it's an earnings play, a lot of shorts in it. All right. I figured they're going to cover in the morning, especially the retail side. And so what I did is I told everyone in the room, long the stock. That's what I said. Long the stock. The stock is going to pop to $16 at the open. When it does, scale in short and fade it back down. So if you were lucky enough to catch this one, it was our number 5 pick, gapping down 3. If this, I would go long. If it pulls at the open at 13.50, add to it. The stock will pop 1 to 2 points to the upside. I am looking for a $16 pop. Then look for an all-day sell-off on the name. That's the trade. That's the trade. No matter how bad they missed, I knew it was going to short cover at the open. All you had to do was long the stock, top it off, and then fade the stock. I even said long here, 1450. You see how I give everything? Entries, exits, what to look for, what to expect, how it will react. How do I know this? 16 years in the game. I know Tupperware. I know how it's going to react. I do this every day. You could pick any webinar I've done. This is what we do. We are called Awesome Calls Trading for a living, for a reason. All right? Now just execute the trade. It's like a blueprint to money. Here's the blueprint. Pop at the open. You logged it. 500 shares. Voila. 600 bucks for the day. Go back to bed. Oh, you want to short the stock instead? All day fader. All day fader. Take 500 shares here. Another 500 more dollars. You can make $1,000 just trading Tupperware. Do you believe that? 500 up, 500 down. This is day trading. This is why this room was created, to show you how to play earnings, bios, small cap, collaborations, earnings, analyst calls, IPOs. This is the gift the stock market has given. Awesome Calls is a gift. And for $6 a day, you get to walk in, and not only do you watch me actually type this out live in front of you, then I get on the mic and I start walking each trade through. Everything is transparent. Everything from entries to exits. You watch how much I make. You see the tape go through. If I tell you this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do, and you hear the execution, you see it go through. That's me right there. Boom. Okay, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell. This is a wonderful room. But more importantly, your $6 a day to this room is all about education. My job is to educate you and teach you every day how to read through these stocks. Because in the end, the more you understand why a stock is going to make its move, the more conviction, the more money you're going to make. And that's why we have this chat room, to show you each and every day. Okay? I want to thank you for joining us today to this great webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. It was 28 minutes long. I look forward to trading with you tomorrow. Just click here and you remember, 25 for a day, 100 for a week, 197 for a month. If you do subscribe to the monthly, I give you back your 25 or your 100. Depends. And I want to thank you for joining us today. It was a wonderful day to trade. I'm going to have 12 ideas tomorrow. Thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow.